episode.
No, top 10 today, guys. We're going to talk about the top 10 best things of being in love.
Yes.
Fucking hoes.
Top
right,
10.
ready?
Top 10 signs that you're in a healthy relationship.
This is awful. This is not what I signed up for. I'll just tell you
Good
that.
communication. Good communication. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You're in trust.
Compromise.
Bad framing, Pete. You got to get in the frame, buddy.
The bedrock of trust.
There you go. Stay over more.
Yeah.
What is this? Episode 3
Episode
of You're
3.
on the List. It's the reboot. Back by popular demand. I'm Brett Ernst. I'm here with Carlos Rodriguez and the OG, Petey G. Let's see the
What's up,
face.
everybody?
You don't even need the kick. You don't even need to be maneuvered there.
How about the energy kicking off this podcast, Brett? Thank you.
Well, you know what? It kind of got sucked out of me because we had a great topic that everybody pulled the cord on.
We are right back where we started.
Yeah, dude. Jeez, dude. I'm glad to be here to inject some life into this podcast or whatever the hell you guys are doing.
Why don't you just show a little fucking respect? All right, number 1. Number 2, we had a great topic. You took the fun out of it. Even though this one's a good topic. This was one me and Carlos kicked around, but I'm like, Petey's got to be here for this.
Yeah.
But anyways, Petey, we talk all the time. Why don't you update the listeners, if they don't know already, to the Yodel family? Tell us about what happened.
So what happened is this, guys. First of all, I got to say this. I've lived in cities all my life. I've been undefeated crossing the street, and I took an L. I took an L on Crescent Heights Boulevard, and that's the thing. You can be undefeated your whole life, but if you get one L, that's all anyone wants to talk about. So, yeah, I got hit by a car. I was crossing the street, and a young kid hit me. Everyone else was stopped, but he did not stop. And I was almost across the street, and he ran over my ankle. I broke my ankle in 2 places, and I can't walk. So
it was bad, huh?
Oh yeah. It was. I did like a full month plus bedridden. My crutches are falling. I was bedridden for like a full month, and then I was able to be in a boot with crutches. I was with a walker for quite a while, which is like a whole other thing. So I saw myself in the future. Like I was like using a walker, and I saw like elderly Pete, you know, and I regretted not having kids. I was like, who's gonna take care of me? No one's taking care of me.
Did you regret that virtual fish tank behind you?
No, yeah, that's well, dude, is
that a screensaver?
No, dude, it's a fish tank that's completely real.
Did you know we almost lost him, though?
Of fish.
We almost lost Pete, but the head trauma was okay because of the hair. So when he got in the car accident,
I was wearing a helmet. Yeah, so I hurt my shoulder and my ankle. So I'm healing up.
That was the only thing that wasn't protected because your teeth are fine, and we know that huge third leg you've got in between probably did some damage to the car.
You're getting sued.
The insurance adjuster said that my teeth marks totaled the car. So there's nothing that can be done. It's not salvageable once you make contact here. So man, I'm just happy. I'm happy to be alive.
I also heard that you went up in the air and then your cock came out and landed on the hood. And just
wrecked the car.
Yeah, just envelope.
It would be like a telephone pole falling on the car. That's kind of why.
Then it went started all those fires.
That's what happened. Responsible for the fire.
It's responsible.
I know that. Yeah, responsible.
We got to update Nikki. So Pete's root is notoriously phenomenal.
That's good to know. I'll put that in my diary for sure. Yeah.
We still don't have exact measurements. He keeps that. I've heard it's well over 9.
Yeah.
With a
it's like
6-inch girth.
It's a 6-inch, soft like cookie dough, still rocking.
Pete, is it okay if we talk about your root? I don't want to. I don't want to get anybody. You know.
No. It's like Bigfoot. You know, there's people have seen there's sightings.
There's search parties.
You know,
there's conferences.
Exactly.
Dude, It's legendary in Tom's River and in Point Pleasant. The first time I met Pete's friends 40 years ago, basically said, first thing out of their mouth, I'm like, Pete's like, yo, this is my boy, da-da-da. Say, nice to meet you, da-da-da. There was about a bunch of them. And right away they say, have you seen his route? And I said, no. And from there started the club, the Bigfoot Pete's Roots.
They're like, go swimming with him, and when he gets out of the water, just give it a look. Just give it a little look how the shorts gravitate towards the girth.
And now it's just lore. It's like the Jersey Devil. It's like in the Pine Barrens. But hey, that's how we build hockey teams.
That's exactly right, Pete.
Yeah. Speaking of the wild, I seen one of the listeners out in the wild here. I was in
Vegas.
Yeah, I was at the Coles with my wife, and this dude walks by, and I go, that dude looks just like this one listener back in the day of Yodel, Jay Tan. And then I just said it real softly, just so like sexy like, and I was like, Jay Tan. And he turned and he looked, and it was him. Again, so he's back.
Wait a second, dude. You're telling me that you saw Jay Tan? Did you say a Coles?
Yeah, at a Coles. Yeah,
like a Coles.
Yeah, like a Coles.
At first, I thought it was like a club, like at Coles, but no, at a Coles. You went,
out in the wild.
So seeing Jay Tan at a Coles, that is amazing. That's even better. That's better than seeing like a Frigiano at Ross Dress for Less. That's better. What you got? You know.
Yeah.
What I mean? But if I were to be able to see a Steamboat Willie and TJ Maxx, that would be the move. That would be the move.
That's where we all see him now. All of a sudden you'll see Dan.
If I can catch a Gauchi in a Bed Bath & Beyond, I would, dude. That's the dream right there. That's the dream. So seeing Jay Tan, that's a pretty good one.
Out in the wild.
Yeah, that's a good sighting. I remember the first time I met the Fridge, and it was exciting. Not still though. I think the best sighting would be Pete's Route. I saw Pete's Route at a Ross Dress for Less.
So Pete's Route
Long time listener.
Getting free samples.
Pete's Route calls in. Hey guys.
Pete's Route calls in the show.
Totally different zip code.
Long time listener, first time caller.
First time caller. So great that the show's back together. I just hope you guys talk about me, my size, get the legend going.
And then we have another call click in. It's his hair. All combative. Dude, I know you. I've known you for years.
It was me and Teeth. That was it. It was me and Teeth.
Then all of a sudden you showed up around 16 years later. We came in at the same time. Well, Pete was born like Rocky's baby with the full head of hair.
Oh, yeah.
Like a little monkey teeth.
Pete's teeth. Pete had no baby teeth.
Yeah.
He was just.
I can't. I just strolled out like Travolta. Yeah. I just came right out.
Hair was just like just Rocky's baby, and the teeth were just fucking there.
Yeah.
Never grew in.
Yeah.
The Tooth Fairy hated Pete. Tooth Fairy's like looking at Giovanni list going, there's no teeth. There's no pillow.
There's no pillow. He ate the pillow.
No, I'm saying that there was no teeth to put under the pillow. He just was born
with adult teeth,
with grown ass incisors and molars.
This
Yeah,
motherfucker was a case study. All the doctors came in.
You look great though, man. That's for
hanging
being,
in there, buddy.
For being laid up
from being hit by a car. Yeah. It's good. Now I'm getting a little bit more mobile, which is good. Which is like it's. In all honesty, this whole experience has been it's been a trip. It's been, a real physical challenge and an emotional challenge happening at the same time. It's one of those life things. And luckily I was armed. I knew what I was doing. I was positive and, and I took a good attitude with it and all that shit. So it was good, man.
We're glad you're still with us and you're back.
Though I got to say, like, to be honest with you, I already knew the life lessons that got me through this experience. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of feel like it was wasted on me. I feel like someone else should have got hit and then learned, that you need to be positive and like in bad situations, and you need to, set short-term goals for yourselves and achieve them. And, but I knew this, like, I've already overcome adversity. I feel in different ways, just with my teeth alone. So it was good though. I'm happy to be here.
Shout out to Whit though for putting up with you for a whole month or 2 months in bed.
Dude, Whitney had to take care of me the entire time. She had to do everything for me, like meals. I would have to brush my teeth in bed. I was bedridden for a month, over a month. And for a while there, like there were times where I was just leaving the bathroom or just leaving the bed just to do number 2. So it was like, yeah, dude, I became an expert at peanut bottles. You know what I mean? Like
that root.
I was doing some real end of life things. You know what I mean? Like I'm good with the walk. You know what I'm saying?
You did a dry run for when you're going to be in your 90s.
Oh, bro, I saw the whole show.
Now, what size bottle?
Like a Gatorade bottle or like a water bottle?
It couldn't. It
had to be a bucket.
No, it was just a spittoon from the old west.
Was it a tennis ball fucking container? I mean, I don't know how you could fit
Pringles.
the root. Pringles can.
Just Pringles bottles. Yeah.
And we got a couple questions from the online people. They wanted to know how long did it take for her to brush your teeth?
I got like window washers to do it. They just come with it's like
power spray.
It's a shift job. It's actually a union job doing my teeth. But yeah, man, I'm just so yeah. But dude, like honestly, this is I'm in the beginning parts of like feeling like a human being. So it's great to be back, and it's great to see you guys. I was kind of laid up, so it's nice to see other people.
Nice.
Well, we're glad you're back. We got a great list going. We waited for you for this because I think you'd be good for it.
Oh yeah.
We decided on.
I was the hired gun for this list because I know so much about the subject matter. You guys were like, we have to wait we have to wait for people to be here, Skype him in, do the live feed and all that stuff just for this list because that's all he talks about. That's all this kid talks about.
Well, so it's kind of in my act when I talked about my grandmother.
That's right.
And I do think that with our similar ethnic backgrounds, and I know I would just go Catholic backgrounds, we might have the same thing.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Because grandmas are pretty much kind of the same if they're got dark features.
Yeah.
And are Catholic. I don't know if this applies to the Irish. Maybe a couple of things. But our list is the top 10 things you find at a grandmother's house.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, grandma's house.
And I want to go first.
Go ahead. Yeah, hit it up.
And I don't know if this is my number one, but this is an easy one. I'd say a dish of hard candies.
Dish of hard candies.
Yeah.
That's always there.
Yeah.
Now, we could debate the type of candies. Is it Werther's, which are pretty strong?
That is a strong
Or
one.
those little, I don't know if you've ever saw those like clear, they were in a blue wrapper. They were like minty. They were like white. You know what I'm talking about?
I can't remember what they call them, but I know what you're talking about. They almost had like powdery too a little bit. And they dissolve in your mouth?
No, they're no, you're thinking of like Altoids type things. No,
yeah.
I'm talking about they were in a blue wrapper.
Yeah, I know.
Clear, and they're like it almost had like a Vicks vapor rub taste to it.
Oh.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. It depends on where the bowl of candy is in the house, because many grandmothers will have multiple.
That's what we have.
And the one nearest the door will usually be a minty something, right? And then the further into the house you go, the darker it'll be like a Werther's. It'll be like you'll get more of a caramel. But you really have to get into the house more. But I think they do the minty ones for near the door, just as a courtesy. If anyone is worried about their breath, they can come in, grab a mint.
Living room-ish.
I'm gonna try and pull up a picture.
Yeah, living room.
See if I can find it. Pete, quick question. I don't know if this applies to Carlos because this might just be an Italian thing. But do you remember going to the weddings and they would have it like in a fishnet and it was those almonds? Those, I don't know what they were. They were like,
oh yeah, what were those things?
Those white.
They were not good.
Covered.
They were not good.
Terrible.
Well, yeah, dude.
And they would give them out at weddings, and it was
yeah,
it was like a white almond.
it was a fake out because the beginning taste was kind of bearable, and then all of a sudden you feel like you're sucking on like a bolt or something, like hardwood. I swear to God, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh,
it was
hilarious.
Like a trick. I felt tricked by that candy.
I will say this too, man. A lot of the Italian...
I don't even think buddy. I'm not even sure we were supposed to eat those things really quickly.
Like I'm not even.
They were decoration.
No, they were given out as like favors because they give you the rice. It would be the rice to throw at the groom.
Yes.
And they had those little almonds, those little white covered
What
almonds.
were those?
But what I was gonna say too, and I'm not talking blasphemous because we do have some good desserts as Italians, right? You got cannoli. A cassata cake's phenomenal, but I will say we dropped the ball on as a kid, like the cookies, right? You see the cookies, they're colorful.
Oh yeah,
and they're chalky.
Yeah,
which you like when you're older, but as a kid you get faked out. And those almonds and those awful fruit cakes that I don't know who the fuck's eating those.
Yeah.
Pantalones, whatever they're called.
They're called pants. Yeah.
Oh, here these things. These things.
What things? What do they look like?
I'll pull a picture up. I don't know how we could get this. Oh, it's on Amazon. These are them. I found them, Pete. Oh, we get no reception. Hold on. It's downloading. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I got excited.
Okay, while you do that, I'm gonna go with one for me then.
When's the last time you've seen someone look at their phone and say it's downloading? Okay, old man. What was that?
Pete, we're the same age. All right? Relax. Relax.
Like,
Relax. You're not young because you don't use the term downloading. I don't know what to say then. What would you say if it's paused?
I wouldn't say that. I don't know, man.
You can still download shit.
It's buffering.
You're telling me you can't download anything today?
The cell phone makes the sound.
Here, I'll just pull it up like this. This thing.
That thing. Oh, those. I know. You've got mail.
Well, Pete, let's be honest too. Even downloading is before our time. Where are you going? There we go.
Yeah.
Those things.
Nailed it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I don't.
What is that, buddy?
Those are crystal mints. They're called.
I see. Yeah. That's the blue one.
Yeah, the crystal mints. Oh, no wonder they came in 2-pound bags.
Oh yeah.
That's nuts.
And that's the thing.
No,
dude.
these are mints.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Jill, you're funny. What were you
gonna
say?
No, like candy. I don't even know. Like it was just always those little powder ones that dissolve in your mouth. I can't remember what those are called.
It's like a hard.
They're like
soft
an Altoid.
candy.
I know what you're talking about. The Altoids.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I got a picture of that. It is. It's being developed.
Kids today wouldn't even know what that means.
It's developing right now.
I gotta go into the dark room real quick.
Yeah.
Bro, that is hilarious, buddy.
So what's yours, Carlos?
What? Okay, so I'm Mexican, and so my grandmother probably has different things in the house. So my number, I don't know what number this is, but it's other cousins that she's pretty much taking care of.
Dude, I didn't. No, real quick before we do other cousins, because I didn't realize we were jumping from grandmother's like the candy thing. I just wanted to say really quickly before we get to cousins. That the bowl of whatever your grandmother was keeping that in could be used in a mob hit, or if there's a home invasion.
That crystal.
That shit was heavy.
Dude, it was like you could commit a murder with that thing if you just made contact with someone's head.
And it had like pyramids on it, like sharp edges.
Like spikes. Yeah, like a crystal spike.
Spikes, dude. Crystal spikes, dog. I mean, a straight up murder weapon. But anyway, I'm sorry, Carlos.
No. That was mine. Just other cousins that she's taking care of.
Other cousins could apply in an Italian household, although that would be generational because my grandmother slept under a table. There was like 13 of them in Hell's Kitchen. They had like a 3-bedroom apartment at the time.
Damn.
And there was like, I'm not kidding, like 13 kids. and then
So the table was like the tent?
Well, they would sleep under it. And I don't know if you know this song, Lazy Mary, you better get up. We need the sheets for the table. They would use the bed sheets as tablecloths.
Oh shit! Hey, us too.
That's an old tune. That's an old tune.
That
That's
shit
an old
slaps.
tune.
It just dropped.
Top 10
That was
old
a
dude things
old
that
tune.
Brett says.
Yeah.
I like Other
I didn't
Cousins.
know-
It's great.
I didn't know that Ernst knew
Yeah.
all these like old ass Italians,
Yeah,
all
bro.
this shit, man. We went to where we at Pittsburgh and went to that bar and they put on the jukebox and then you guys were all just singing all these old ass Italian songs and then the jukebox stopped and they kept singing like from memory like all these random ass like old.
Well, that's
old
when we were kids. Pete, did you ever hear Peppino the Little Mouse?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Peppino,
I know
you
Peppino.
little mouse, now don't you go away.
Yeah.
Like, we grew up on that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, my grandparents would play that, a little bit of Jimmy Roselli. How you doing? Anyways, so I like that. Other Cousins is good.
Yeah.
All right. Pete,
Is that
you got one?
stereotypical? Is that like a real thing though with Mexicans? Like Carlos,
Well,
like is there
just thinking-
always like a grip of people at the house? You
There's
just
always
fall-
like my grandmother, which recently passed away, I think like about 2-3 months ago. My grandmother, she had like we do the hard ass mom thing, and that's my grandmother. My grandmother
In real life?
Yeah, in real life, my grandmother cusses better than any. Well, she did cuss better than anybody. Like she would be like the like I hear her over the phone. She's like the bitches fuck think I'm gonna watch her kids for fucking 2 more days, and I was like they would just fucking be gone. And so in my family, that's kind of like there's always cousins there that she's either watching or got left or some shit like that.
All the
Right.
grandkids.
Yeah, yeah, all the grandkids.
Your
Yeah.
hard ass grandma has blunts in her candy dish.
She got. Oh, they're not blends. There's a whole bunch of roaches that she's already
Yeah,
smoked
roach.
out.
Exactly.
All right, Pete, you got one?
I'm gonna say just furniture plastics. I think that's an easy one, but growing up when we did, I don't even think it's really just Italians, but it was just the people that immigrated in the East Coast, and then I'm sure it spread, to other places like Ohio and whatever. But they would just put plastic on their furniture cushions, and you would go like some places. You would go and you can get someone to customize it, and it would be fit just for the couch. So yeah, I'm gonna put plastic on the furniture. That's mine.
And it was always the same
Okay.
decoration too of couch.
Yeah.
It was always that like
floral.
the floral, yeah, or brown floral, or
Brown
And it-
floral. And it was like a velvety touch.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like velvet, like the
Yeah.
flowers were velvet.
Yeah.
But then
Yes.
the thing in between it was just like canvas.
yeah,
Yeah.
art. I was like, this plastic feels way better than this fucking couch. To be honest, this is just like
I want-
sandpaper.
I want to stay on the plastic because I don't know if your grandmother had that fucking hard runner.
Oh
And
yeah,
if you turned it
Oh,
upside
yeah.
down, it had cleats on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My brother,
Spikes.
my brothers would turn it upside down and then throw. You get thrown on it, or you had to run on it.
yeah. Oh yeah, like hot
Hot
coals.
coals? Yeah.
Fucking hell. Yeah, and then it would
Dude,
leave
if I-
like all these holes in the carpet to you.
Yeah, you lift it up. There was all like
indents.
golf.
If there was a home invasion at grandma's house, I would grab
like
the
Home
candy
Alone.
bowl. I would grab the candy bowl and the rug, the spiked rug, and just fucking attack.
Yeah. You turn it upside down like
The
Macaulay Culkin.
spikes.
So
Yeah.
when they come in, they're like ooh. Then you crack them with the candy the bowl, and then you wrap them in the plastic to get rid of them from the couch.
Yeah.
Helps them bleed out.
See that? How all three came together? All right, Carlos, you're on deck.
No, it's you, right?
I just said the plastic runner.
Oh, the plastic runner. Okay.
So you got and the
So then-
cousins and the cousins help bury the body.
Yeah. So the other one that I got for things you found in grandmother's house, it's that butter cookie or sugar cookie tin,
That acts as like a
blue,
sewing kit.
and they always put other shit in it. And
Yeah,
there's like,
yeah, that's strong.
I always see those.
Just
all the time.
needles.
Those cookies are great.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
they got hell of sugar on top of them, but they're,
Yeah, and those butter cookies, and then the
Mm-hmm.
blue tin, and then you open it up,
Yeah.
and it's all her knitting shit.
everything. Like it's either the knitting shit or it'd be like a junk
Tackle
drawer.
box.
It's a portable
Yeah.
junk drawer.
Yeah.
And there's multiple all around the house too.
Dude,
like
that's
always in the
strong. That's
always
a strong.
in the hall closet.
That's
yeah.
a strong pick.
The
Pete,
butter
you got
cookie
one?
fake out.
Yeah, the butter. Butter cookie, open it up.
I love the fake out.
You're like, yeah, because like you're a kid and you think you're a genius because you found butter cookies in the closet, you know.
Yeah.
Like that makes sense
Stash.
to begin with, and then you uncap and it's just fucking thread and needles.
There's butter cookies under the bed, and it's like,
I know we're not doing.
How did no one see this?
It's grandma's stash.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
I know Billy Gardell does a great bit on this, and we're not doing grandfathers. But in that butter cookie thing, there would be screws and shit too. Like your grandfather would put used screws, but he talked about his grandfather or his dad had a jar with screws in it. I don't know. Well,
Oh yeah.
My grandfather would save the screws and nails, and you could see them in jars. But Billy Gardell does a bit on that. But I was gonna say you'd also find in my house, my grandparents, you'd find those in the butter cookie canister. But you knew what it was because it was my grandfather's, so it was in the tool shed and it was all rusted.
It was
shit.
yeah, it wasn't as because the other ones were all nice still and shiny. Yeah.
Like my grandmother would clean hers. This shit was all rusted. Like right where the tin meets in the circle.
Yeah.
That was all fucking rust.
It was all rusted and dented up and shit. It was right underneath the calendar that had all the naked chicks on it for every month.
Yeah. My grandfather had one 1952. It was some chick with torpedo titties painted on.
Torpedo teeth.
And I talk about this in my act too. He had a screwdriver with a pinup girl on it, right? And if you turned it upside down, the sand went away, and you could see her vagine and her titties. And I jerked off to a screwdriver when I was 11.
Oh my god. and then you cut to me.
Or 12.
Like what?
Nick, he just cuts to feet.
Wait, is that okay to talk about, guys? Can I talk about that?
This is a
Let
safe
him
space.
sit that. You don't cut to me when you.
I'm sorry, that was really
jerked off
funny.
with fucking screwdrivers.
We got to see your
Let him
reaction
own
to
that.
the
Yeah.
screwdrivers.
I was 12.
Yeah.
I rubbed one out to my grandfather's screwdriver. All right, so
One thing.
My name is Brett Ernst, and I have a
that,
problem.
One thing.
I fucked
it's kind of a meta one. I wouldn't put it on I wouldn't make the list necessarily, but for people of a certain age, one of the things that your grandmother would have in her house, if you're of a certain age, is an ice box, right? So even if it was a regular refrigerator, my grandmothers would refer to it as ice boxes. So yeah, as ice boxes. So that's just a little honorable mention. That's an honorable mention.
well, I mean, right, because there was terms that they used because back in the day it was a block of ice in a box, and there were people that would have to carry the ice up and put it in there. And my grandmother actually had one, the one that they had, but it wasn't, obviously they didn't use it because they had the refrigerator.
Yeah.
But, they would
My grandmother would
the
call
ice box.
the ice box. And my grandmother, it was such a treat, and it was all the time. My grandmother, my mom's mom, we would go to visit her in Linden, New Jersey, and in the refrigerator she would keep a little jar of M&Ms. It was a glass jar of refrigerated M&Ms, and she would let us take a couple out as a treat. It was like the biggest deal.
Those were great,
and then if
though.
you were lucky at dinner, she'd tell you to check under the plate, and you might have $1 or two under the plate. So
That's cute.
Yeah.
she knew what she was
You guys
doing.
had nice ass grandma. I didn't have grandmas like that. My grandma was mean.
Really?
Yeah, my grandma kicked me out of the house all the times and shit. Like, when you said this subject, I was like, well, I don't even really know what's in my grandmother's house because I was always getting kicked out. So
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Carlos is like switchblades. That's in the grandmother's house. Right?
Yeah.
Hard ass
Fucking
grandma.
Just bats that you beat people with. That's in a grandmother's house.
Oh, I know one.
Alcoholism.
Well, Pete,
Where you go? Did you
Pete,
go?
well, he didn't pick yet, but those hard M&Ms in the refrigerator were phenomenal.
Oh, dude, this.
Because she would have the bags of candy in there, and you know what else was weird too? I don't know if this was a thing. My grandfather would put cigars in the fridge. I don't know, and batteries.
Batteries.
Yeah, I still do that.
Batteries. I remember
I
that.
still do it.
But I don't know if that does anything.
I don't know
Dude,
either.
I got those double A's in the freezer right now. Those triple A's.
He's like, some are charging up right now. I'm about to go play
No,
this little race
if you
car
were
I
to
got.
ask them, if you were to
Keeps
ask
the
them, they tell
charge.
you like this shit works. Yeah, keep doing what
Yeah.
you're doing. That's what they would
Yeah.
tell you. They would tell you that.
But yeah, he had batteries and those cheap cigars in the canister that you unscrew and they come out.
Oh yeah. The
and then
little
he
tin.
had a big that jug of the wine with the guy's face on it.
Yeah, Gallo.
Yeah, That guy. All right, go ahead, Pete. You got to pick.
Julio Gallo.
You got to pick.
I mean, I don't know, man.
Well, we had this topic before you got on, so I appreciate.
Yeah,
you.
I haven't had a grandmother in like 20 years.
So you don't have memories? You don't have memories?
No.
You didn't have time to think about it in bed.
Yeah, my grandma. You've been laying around for fucking 2 months.
Yeah.
You don't think back.
While you're trying to learn how to walk again, did you not think about this?
Well, I figured you'd reflect back on the people that mattered in your life
and their struggles.
You guys only have 5 on your list so far.
Oh,
well,
shit.
I
Okay.
got a bunch,
Really?
man. Yeah.
Oh,
And my grandmother,
start
rest her
listing some
soul's
off,
been
dude.
away a long time too. But she just was my grandmother for me was my safe space. Like when I would go to their house. So those are why those memories stay with me. So
Oh, I know.
Your
I
grandmother
got
wasn't.
one.
No. You got one?
Excuse me. I got just crucifixes everywhere.
Okay,
If,
there you
if,
go.
I,
Yeah,
if, I,
yeah.
if I go back,
Yeah.
Mary in many different forms. Jesus, you know what I mean? Again, in many different forms. Actually, Christ was either cut up or he was not. You know what I mean?
Well-
But mostly he was cut up.
Well, let's put that all as one because
That's
we
hella
had the
funny.
saint statues, the rosaries,
Yeah, the
the
rosaries
Last
are-
Supper
Yeah.
picture.
What's the?
I mean,
up
are we
on the door?
counting outside grandma's house? Outside grandma's house?
Not
too?
yet.
I mean,
Not yet. Those are good.
Because you're gonna find some
Yeah.
kind of a marble deal out there too. Not a marble one.
A lot
but
of
like
religious
a stone
artifacts
one.
on the lawn.
Yep.
What's
Bird bath.
is
Mary
it
has a
palm?
bird bath.
Yeah, the bird bath, the religious bird bath.
Religious bird bath, mixing Christ with keeping birds clean. Part of
Birds clean
it's-
out here.
Well, no, we'll do. All right. So here's what we'll do. We'll do religious pictures, crosses. Because my grandmother, you walked in the house, ain't no vampire walking in that. Between all between all the garlic and crosses, ain't nobody going in that house.
Now,
No
now, is
vampires.
this going to also cover funeral cards, or is this going to be a separate?
Oh, shit. Oh, that's a
that was
strong.
on the list, Pete.
Because you can't. There's the funeral cards probably should be separate. Then
Yeah.
then I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, then the the religious
'Cause
imagery.
This is all one topic.
What the?
Yeah, the because you had the saint statues, and then they would have the funeral cards. But I don't know if your grandmother saved the palms from Palm Sunday, and they would make like this little thing.
Crucifix.
No, well, they had the crucifix with the nail, but
with
then
the braid?
yeah, that braid,
Yeah.
that palm
Oh,
braid.
yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
On top of the door.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like on top
What
of
you
the
call it?
on top of the door. And then we had, you have the Last Supper photos. We'll keep the lawn stuff separate because even though there were religious statues, there was also bird baths and
He said, "Keeping the birds clean." He said, "Out here doing."
that was really important.
Yeah. So we're into it.
We can't have these hummingbirds dirty as fuck out here
Yeah.
in Tom's River. God damn it!
It's a pillar of Christianity.
I'm going to stay on the pictures and just talk about the 8,000 pictures of every family member that ever lived and is alive. Just pictures everywhere, right next to
yeah.
the Precious Moments figurines,
Yeah,
which are religious.
Oh
as
yeah,
well, by
that
the way.
Yeah,
should be
those-
its own. That should be its own thing.
those big eye
the
things.
the curio cabinet. It's like a museum of
Yeah.
children.
You always got to ask who's
you know
that.
what I mean? Like, yeah, well, it'll be like little figurines, but they're, holding a bucket or, with a
Yeah.
fishing pole. And you're
Well,
like, who are, what?
Or they have
how
angel
much-
wings. A lot of angel
Angel
Yes.
wings.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep. Everyone's an
always-
angel.
a whole bunch of pictures of older relatives, young as
Yeah.
fucking Marine. The Marine photo.
Yeah. Everybody's like, especially like we had those Ellis Island photos when everybody's all fucked up looking when they got off the boat.
Yeah.
Which you gotta think, they get off the boat, there's some guy there with that fucking hood and the, all right, everybody, get together. And then that explosion, and they're all like
Yeah.
all scared and shit. And they're like 13 and they look 60.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you have all those black and white family members, and that was like the in the room with the saint statues,
Yeah.
which was the guest bedroom. So, where you're sleeping is in front of every dead ancestor that ever lived.
And why was every single bed so fucking hard in that guest room?
Oh my God,
that
right?
bed was always so hard.
I got lucky.
It was so stable. Yeah.
My grandma's bed, we never let her change the mattress. That thing, you laid on it, you went right to sleep.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Were you ever in a situation where you had to bail from a room, like you couldn't sleep in a room because of the religious things that were happening in the room?
Like, was it scary?
I had one. I had one where I was staying at a relative's house, and again, the bed was rock hard, and the mirror above the dresser was just funeral card bordering across the whole deal. Yeah. And these funeral cards go back. So it was like a history that it was like, you start seeing relatives that and then it was just like the whole thing. And then I was like worried about the spirits. I don't know. There was a lot going on.
Watching you.
Yeah.
Did you feel watching you at night?
I just jerked off on the bed. I was like,
He's like,
I'm gonna reverse it. They're not gonna see that coming.
Or are they
watching you jerk off?
Scared him with the root.
How much hair and teeth were in the photos of your ancestors? It's just all fucking teeth and hair.
Just all.
See, I
looks like it's.
Oh, I was gonna say I had the opposite effect where I felt safe, man. Like I felt like nothing bad could ever happen at my grandmother's. Nothing.
Yeah.
It was like protected by prayers, and it smelled like food all the time, and just
very safe. That's nice, man. That's nice, comforting shit.
That was the only normalcy and safe space for, I guess, me and my brothers.
Yeah.
But all right. So who's next?
I
said the family pictures.
So I go with the centerpiece in the kitchen table was always like this big ass thing of fake fruit. I don't know if you have.
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah. Did you ever see with the glitter on it? They had the one. It was like with pins.
Yeah, I remember the ones where it was like these giant grapes that looked like fucking.
Yeah.
They were like.
You squish them anyway because you just want to see what they felt.
Well,
like.
those are the plastic ones, but there was like ones that were like the grapes were like amber color looking. And we used to do, but back in the day we played marbles. One time this kid came to school and he had it, and I'm like, that's a fake grape from a grandma table, and he was like, no, this is a granddaddy boulder right here. I'm about to win. He take all the marbles. He's like, this thing takes 50 hits, then you can get it. And I was like, oh man. But I remember that. I remember the fake fruit. Yeah, the squishy grapes, the bananas. Yeah.
There was the other one though. It was like bedazzled fruit.
Bedazzled fruit. I don't.
Have you ever seen that?
Like a sparkling?
It wasn't at my grandmother's. She had the one you had with the squishy grape and the like. The pear was like plastic, but the felt and some of it was coming off, so you could see it was like it was a brown plastic. But I've seen where like they had it would be like an apple, and it was like pins in it, but it was like rubies.
Oh, I've seen those.
I
know
what
what
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And that must have been the higher end fake fruit.
The fancy fake fruit.
Yeah. What you got? What are we at right now?
You're technically at 12.
Oh shit, we're at 12.
We'll eliminate some.
Yeah.
Pete, you got another one?
I just thought of one and I just forgot it. I know what I was gonna say. Pill bottles or those pill planners where it's like
the Monday, Tuesday,
Wednesday.
Yeah. The long ones.
Yeah. And you just always, anytime I look at one, I'm like, I just hope this is right. I hope you're doing it right. You know? Like,
yeah. They always have that shit. Like they always have like those.
Unless you have someone really taking care of this person, it's like if they are assigning their own pill, the pill schedule. It can be whatever.
It can go south real quick.
Yeah.
I would always see shit like that too, like the pill things, or because they had like a tons of shit, like even dehumidifiers. I didn't know what a dehumidifier was at the time, and they'd be having like that.
Oh, that's actually a good one too. Humidifiers and dehumidifiers.
Yeah, like if you had a cold, they put that Vicks
shit
in there.
Yeah. I would always see shit like that, like they're gadgets to keep them alive.
That was the other one. Grandma's skincare products are like Noxzema.
Pond's.
Yeah.
Pond's or Mary Kay.
Seabreeze. Anything
Cold
Avon. Avon. My grandma had Avon.
Yeah. Or Mary Kay.
And the perfume would come in like a statue bottle. And she had one of Mary, and you could turn the top, and it was a perfume.
Oh, no.
And then she also had holy water basins.
Really? Oh,
you ever
shit.
see those? It's like a little dish
yeah.
when you come in.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I had one too, Pete. It was along the lines of the pills. Oh, my grandfather was a rough man. But my grandmother, he was like a pussy when she was around. Because he wouldn't, like when she would leave the room, he would like smack us in the back of the head. Or like say you went to get something, he'd hit you with the fork. And my grandma when she would catch him, she would just go, leave him alone. He would always act like he didn't do anything. So in the morning, she would make breakfast and then he would have his pills and she would watch him. And be like, take your pills now. Mm-hmm. And he would sit there and fucking slowly take the pills and drink orange juice. Because she knew he would spit them out, I guess, like fucking Braveheart. My grandma was the other one, too, like, because my grandfather was, like I said, not miserable, but he was just, they didn't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
He'd sit in a chair all day. And, that's what I want to bring up, too, so I'll remember this. But anyways, anytime we did something, she would just defend us. Like, if we took a shit, and he'd be like, God damn it, didn't you spray? And she'd be like, God bless them. That means they're healthy. And she was
always silver lining clouds.
Yeah. What, you don't want them to be healthy?
Yeah.
Like we could do no wrong.
They're regular.
Yeah. No, she would say that. That means that they're healthy kids. Leave them alone. Because he was always like grumpy.
3 boys, too, running around here, just blowing up the bathroom.
Did your grandma refer, because you said the icebox, did she ever refer to like the soap operas or sitcoms as their stories?
Their stories,
yeah.
Stories, yeah.
I want to watch my stories.
Yep.
Oh, Reader's Digest is another.
Because to them, they were so old. To them, they were still relating like the television to like a small stage with marionettes and like people like.
No, I think it was from radio.
Oh.
I think it was from radio. They were called the stories or something.
Right.
And
where they had to use their imagination to,
There's something too that's not that. I mean, it's obsolete. It's not just in grandmother's houses, but I would always remember it being in the house too. Is the TV guides?
Yo, TV guide's strong.
TV
guide is strong
with a highlighter.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna watch.
I remember getting them and looking to see if there was the Cowboys were playing on Monday night.
Yeah. I'll just flip.
Yeah, because you'd look at Sundays to see what games they would air.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? The TV guide. And then I would go in the back because they'd see the TV movies and they'd give them their own little rating, their own little stars in the back.
Yeah, that was TV Guide strong. That's definitely on the 10.
Yeah, that was. I remember.
And
those.
you could put like TV Guide, Reader's Digest, National Enquirer,
all that shit in wrapped
all their
in
little
one.
periodicals.
Periodicals.
I want to give a special shout out to compression socks and like anything that is helping to keep them ambulatory. So like any like handles in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you go in and like you see like it's like an attachment on the toilet makes the toilet taller. Or sometimes I've seen ones where I'm like, what even is that? I don't even
it's
totally
like a plastic
like
elevated
rails,
seat.
like,
What about the shit in the tub that would it would like butterflies that would grip?
Yes,
remember those?
The tub thing.
Yeah,
and sometimes they had the one with the suction cups.
Yeah,
that's the other thing we got to add to the list.
Fuck,
crocheted toilet seat, that cover for the tissue box.
Oh yeah, doilies.
That's
right. Doilies.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, and
by
also
the way,
tablecloths, Chantilly tablecloths.
You mentioned suction cups in the bathroom. Also, there's more suction cups in a grandmother's house. Sometimes it'll be like on the window with like a glass little
decor.
You know what I'm talking about?
Stained glass
like
ornament.
Like a butterfly or a dragonfly or something like that. Exactly.
Hilarious.
Exactly.
Not to
I see you, Grandma.
And to jump back and to jump on your plastic couch covers, but there was always a plastic cloth on the table. It was like you ever have that where it was just a big ass sheet of plastic and they put it on like the tablecloth to go underneath, and they put the transparent piece of plastic over the table. You ever had that? No.
It's like the plastic protecting the tablecloth.
The tablecloth,
yeah.
I remember those.
You had a great joke with that big ass TV when it turns to furniture.
Yeah, the TV. Yeah, the fucking.
Do you remember that, Pete?
The floor models.
What is it?
You remember the big ass TV? It looked like a piece of furniture. It had the big TV and go ahead, Carlos, because it's your bit. I think it's hilarious.
No, I just say I was just like back in the day. I was like those TVs. I'm just like they're like coffins when you move them into the places. It's like everyone had to get a corner. It's like pallbearer type of shit. And it's like the floor model TVs where it's like They got the speakers. They're built into the sides of them, and they'd have record players too
Yeah,
on the
you could
top.
open the top and there was a record player.
Remember that sometimes?
But when the shit stopped working, they just used it as furniture.
Yeah, you're like, fuck
and
it.
then put another TV on top of it.
On top of it, yeah.
You're like, fuck it. Someone was like, they're like, oh, you're hella rich. You got 2 TVs. Like, no, that one's for the picture, and that one's for the sound.
Yeah.
That's
I told you when
That's the TV stand.
I got my grandmother a dishwasher, and she never used it except for storage.
Yeah, I use. What you use a dishwasher?
I do, yeah.
No, I always just wash it by hand. Because I don't trust the dishwasher for some reason.
No. You
It's
gotta
supposed to
double,
sanitize.
You double wash.
It's a double wash.
I love he doesn't trust the dishwasher. That's amazing, dude.
No, you
And
gotta
all
double
this
wash.
shit, and all this shit that's going on in this world right now, he's a little suspicious of the dishwasher.
Like there's still some germs on this fucking thing. Like, there's some specks somewhere else.
Well, here's the big misconception, because I've watched it on YouTube, okay? I rinse and wash the dishes, and then I put them in the dishwasher so they sanitize.
Okay.
But there are people that just throw the fucking thing in there, because I was watching on YouTube.
These animals, these
Yeah.
animals.
I'm willing to bet that,
Yeah.
they might be Irish. No. They always have dishes in the sink. No, these people they don't scrape the plate. I scrape, then wash it, and then sanitize, right? But they, I guess because I was watching, if you're how to clean your dishwasher, and they were saying that there's a screen. And mine had nothing in it, but there's people, it's food and backed up that they don't even rinse their plates off. Like, what kind of fucking animals are these people?
That's why I don't trust it.
What were they raised? They were raised by wolves with dishwashers. There's a pack of wolves that have Kenmore appliances. Right, so
You're like an Italian Clint Eastwood. He's just disgusted at these animals.
Yeah, you go in. I was raised in a very clean, super clean household between my mother and my grandmother. I mean, you could even go in the damn living room because if the vacuum lines were in there.
Oh yeah.
You couldn't go. We couldn't sit on anything because everything was the good couch, which was basically the couch my mom got in the divorce that they paid a lot of money for when they had it. You know what I mean? And we kept that couch for 30 years.
Yeah, there's like that.
Pristine.
You don't go play
The
in the
living room. There's one living room you don't touch. You don't go in.
Or there's usually it'll be a common way would be you come into the door and then there's like a room to the side that is open.
Yeah.
That you're not going in, and it looks like it's a showcase of another room. It's like trying to sell you another
This
room,
house.
but you can't even. And you have to go past it. It's like a display room, and then you could use all the other things, but it's like you don't go to that front room at all. You don't even walk in there.
We got to wind it down, but I have one more question.
Okay.
Did any of your grandmothers have those like accordion doors?
Oh,
They look like
wood.
Yeah, they look like wood. And then some of them had like these beads.
Yeah, I
that went
remember the
down that you
beads.
could walk through the
Yep.
beads.
Yeah.
Did you ever see those?
Oh yeah.
Curtains.
Only if your mom was a psychic reader or your grandma.
Yeah, that shit looked like a gypsy's
Like
house.
gypsy house and shit.
All right, so let's wrap it up. So
All right,
we got a
let's
lot
see.
on the list. So we're just gonna give the guarantees. You guys, let me know if you object.
Okay.
The hard candies are definitely on there.
Definitely.
Religious paraphernalia, right? Crosses, Last Supper photos.
Yep.
Um,
Christ.
Everywhere.
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 The Lord
as he should be.
The Lord is present.
As he should be.
Yes.
Everywhere.
There's holy
He's everywhere.
water, palms, because you're not supposed to throw palms away. Bibles were, my grandmother had a Bible right when you walked in. All right, so we'll do religious paraphernalia.
Just a back stock of palms in the house.
Well, they would make things out of them.
Grandma's like, what are we gonna do with these palms? We have too many. We can't get rid of them. What are we doing?
Put them on top of doors.
Yeah.
Did you ever have your grandma, like my grandma and my mom, would invite the priest over for dinner?
No.
Oh yeah, I had
That's
some
hardcore.
priests in the house.
Yeah,
Father
they would come
Costello.
over for
He was
dinner.
like, yeah.
And they get
Some
hammered.
of them were like, oh yeah,
They get real comfortable.
yeah.
So
on
we got
wine.
Yeah, they get drunk off of wine, man.
so a dish
Yeah.
of hard candy.
It's like a loophole. It's like a loophole with them. They it's,
Well, getting drunk's not a sin, is it?
but
Yeah.
I
Jesus
think
made wine.
You're
good.
It's
like
it's one
priests-
of the 7 sins. It's
yeah,
like an
the
indulgence.
priests that I know are not getting like cocktails before dinner served. they're drinking the wine, and they're doing it specifically because of the correlation of wine for the religious, symbolism.
Gluttony.
And they just use it to cover a haunting addiction.
It was a big deal though. Like they'd be like, Father, I forget their names. Father Carmine, Racky. They'd be like, yo, Father Carmine's coming over on Sunday, and my mom would make like lasagna and like a nice big Italian meal, and then he would come. A couple of nuns trail in. Then they get all sauced up. And
I just know Carmela was trying to bang hers.
didn't she make out with the priest?
Nah, she was just they're watching movies, and she's like, "You're a mooch. You come over, you try to eat all my stuff, and the steaks."
Priest's like, what? He's got a full mouth of food. His feet are on the table.
Yeah.
All right, so we got hard candies, religious paraphernalia.
You got furniture plastics.
Furniture plastics.
We'll do plastics
Plastic
on the couch, and we could do plastic runner.
Yeah.
Plastic
We'll
runner,
put plastics together.
So is this prioritized, or we're just talking about what's on the list? We're just going to say that
No.
things
Well,
are
we're
on
going to
there.
consolidate and then prioritize because we got about 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's what we used to do, Pete.
Yeah, dude. We used to. I'm sorry. I just realized I was coughing. I was clearing my throat in the microphone. So we'll edit that out.
Yeah.
And
Mark it at 51 minutes.
there we go.
All right, so what else do we have?
You have that butter cookie tin jar.
The butter cookie
Oh,
tin.
yeah, the blue tin.
Oh yeah.
Sewing
Let a
kit.
cookie fake out.
Funeral cards.
Cookie fake out.
Funeral cards and
You got me again, Grandma.
TV guides, we said, and
TV
they're
guides.
little. They're
grandma periodicals.
Yeah, they're literature.
Periodicals. You also had all of the family pictures, like all of them.
Yeah,
Dude,
all-
and throw blankets everywhere, like just
yeah,
Yeah.
knitted, made.
Dude.
Anything
Afghans,
crocheted,
yeah.
crocheted,
Oh, yeah.
toilet seat covers,
Doilies.
tissue
Did you
covers.
Did you ever get those
Like-
angels that would sit on top of the toilet paper?
Yeah,
Those
those
weird
yeah,
dolls.
and it had a
Yeah.
dress.
And it had a dress to cover the toilet paper. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. A little toilet
She's
paper
like a
cozy.
little lady, and like the thing covering the
Yeah.
toilet paper is like her
So
dress or something.
all that goes into knitted grandma,
yes.
functions.
like anything
Decor.
knitted
Knitted decor.
grandma decor.
Because grandma's the bathroom, it was its own other thing. That's
Yeah.
almost like it's a separate list almost.
Yeah.
We used to call it the itchy blanket, and me and my
It
brother, if we lost, we would play video games, and if you lost, you had to wrap yourself in
In
the
the
itchy
itchy
blanket.
blanket.
Did anybody's grandma have a stick in the sliding door?
Yeah,
Security?
I have
Yep.
it here now.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
do I.
Yeah, same.
I got that and the thing up top to
Yeah,
lock
clack,
everything
clack.
in.
Yeah. Those are little ones that look like they look like this, and they have a little screw on top.
Yeah, I got those. I got that from them. All right, so how many do we have on the list?
You have a lot, but
We're
we have so-
consolidating.
consolidating. Okay, so then all the family pictures. Then we had the precious moments cabinets, or the figurine cabinet.
Okay.
And then what about the fake fruits?
You have your fake fruits. So that's okay. So now we're at 11 and 12. So what do we want to consolidate?
All right, so we consolidated knitted.
Knitted items, crocheted and knitted items.
Yeah. Okay. So
Oh, that's the other thing too, like the crochet like hanging plants. They have like a sunroom,
Yeah.
and you're like, how is this even possible?
They made it. It looks like a crocheted nutsack. And
Yeah.
there's just a fucking fern in
Are
it.
avocados? No, they are not. Okay. So fake
Yeah.
fruit in general. Like
Yeah,
all
just-
the fake fruit decor.
Yeah, all the fake decor. Yeah,
Okay.
all the fake out stuff. What are we? So we're at 10 or 11?
We're at 12 right now.
We're at 12.
So we gotta lose two.
We're gonna lose
Okay.
two.
Well, we consolidated grandma periodicals. That includes Reader's Digest, TV Guide.
Right.
TV
Whoever's
Guide.
looking at a list right now, cut two things. Go for it, Carlos.
I don't.
What do you
What do we? Other cousins. Go ahead and
Nikki,
take
cut
that
it.
Oh
out.
yeah.
Yeah, other
there's
cousins is gone.
Yeah.
The other cousins is gone. Okay.
Yeah, take that out.
All right. Cool.
And then, did we say plates? Did we talk about the fucking
They're little
souvenir plates?
Tupperware stuff.
Yeah, they're Tupperware shit.
Because they all had that
You're all
plastic
just adding.
fucking picture with the top where you had to push that little button down.
Oh yeah.
Tupperware.
No. And then, what else is there? Wait, so can you read them off real quick?
All right. So dish of hard candies, plastic, all the things. That's what. Yeah. So then butter cookie tin, all the religious items.
Yes.
Funeral cards. Did we add that to religious items, or is that just separate?
That
that's
that
separate.
should go with a religious item / pictures of every family member. Because if they had passed, they stick the religious item. They stick the funeral card sometimes
That's
Yeah.
true.
It's like
in the bottom left of the frame,
it's like the what is it?
or in the top, whatever didn't cover the face.
Ofrenda the ofrenda that fucking Coco. You ever see the Lo Coco on Disney? The
Yeah.
When they put they have that thing for everyone or the family.
So keep going.
Okay, so then all the knitted
Yeah, knitted
accoutrements, family pictures everywhere.
that goes with funeral cards.
You want that with-
slash,
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have dead relatives / alive relatives / funeral cards.
I should get you a pen and paper. I'm so sorry. I should next time. I'll
We'll do
that.
it. We'll do it for the next list.
Yeah.
All right. And then we have the precious moments or figurine cabinet.
Yeah, figurine
It-
cabinet strong.
Yeah, and the itchy blanket or thousands of throw blankets.
Well, that goes with knitted accoutrements.
You want that with knitted accoutrements?
Yeah, so that
Okay.
consolidates.
Cool. All right, moving that on over. So then we have fake fruit decor. And then
They have a lot of fake decor.
they really do, huh?
So maybe
None
put
of this
fake,
is real.
maybe put fake decor with like precious moments and just all of that grandma decor. We'll label it.
There's so many categories. Okay,
Well, no, we're consolidating.
we're consolidating. Okay, cool. And then we have, that's in decor is the fake fruit of the centerpieces.
Yeah, fake fruit /
Pill bottles?
figurines.
Pill.
Oh, the pill organizer.
Yeah.
Pill organizer.
So how many's that?
So now we've consolidated so much. Now we're at 7.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Way
shit.
too much.
Take mass
10
cards.
things.
Take mass
Look at
cards.
the list. Pick 10 things, and then read them.
Well, Pete,
Yeah.
if you look like you don't want to be here.
No, I'm just saying.
What do you got to do?
Like, I mean,
Just
you're
lay
gonna
around
cut
today?
this out. No, but it's like that. Now you're just seeing how the sausage is made in the bureaucracy of making a list.
Well, we usually debate it in real time, but we didn't have our lists in front of us because we didn't get the pen and paper for the third time.
That's all I was saying. Like if
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
sees
Yeah.
what the
Listen,
stuff.
we're digging in the crates here, man.
Yeah. No. I'm gonna cut. When I edit, I'll cut all this out.
Taking notes. I
Yodel,
wasn't taking
Yodel.
notes.
I'm saying Yodel's not wearing the Jordan 23 anymore. We're wearing the 45. We had to come out of retirement. We'll get back to Wizards Jordan at the end where he was shooting 40 a fucking game.
Wizards. Oh yeah. He actually.
He
Wizards
started coming
Jordan.
on again before he
Yeah.
got hurt. We'll get there.
Oh yeah, dude.
So what do we got here, Nikki?
Okay, so now we're at 9.
Okay, read
So
them.
we're getting there.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and read.
All right, so we have dishes hard candies,
Boom.
furniture, plastics, hard ass, cleat, plastic under the runner,
Anything plastic.
anything plastic.
Plastic.
The butter cookie tin.
Sewing kit, yeah.
Sewing kit.
Butter cookie sewing.
all the
Brett's grandmother had a bookie, and then
crucifix, rosaries, funeral cards, all the family pictures. Knitted grandma decor, itchy blankets. That's all in one. Grandma decor, basically like precious moments. Cabinets.
Wait, hold on. The family pictures do not go with religious.
They do not. Okay.
No, so put those separate.
Okay.
And then we have 10
That should be 10. Because then we have mass cards
with religious stuff.
with religious. No, we keep that separate too. Right?
And that's
So
3
we have
things.
family pictures,
Okay.
mass cards,
Yes.
religious paraphernalia.
That's all separate.
Yeah, just separate those 3, and then that should put us to 10.
Yeah. Then you're at 10.
Cool.
Here we go. So there it is. Just read down the list, and we'll be on our way. So, ladies and gentlemen, after a lot of debate,
There it is.
a lot of
focus groups,
focus
you know,
groups,
Census.
spirited debate. Very lively debate.
we've come up with all the problems in the world. We've come up with one of the most important lists, and that is the top 10 things you will find at your grandma's house. Nikki, start with number 10 and work your way up.
All right. Mass cards.
Number 10. Number 9.
That's-
Say the number.
Number 10. Mass cards.
Number
9. All the family pictures. Number 8. Reader digest, TV guides, all the
Grandma
accoutrement-
periodicals.
Grandma periodicals.
Okay. Number 7.
Number 7. Pill organizer.
Yep, that's huge.
Yeah.
Number 6. Precious moments cabinets or fake fruit decor.
Yeah, so all of the fake
All the
figurines, all the fake
Just a showcase of
of all kinds of nicknames.
tchotchkes, yeah.
Jesus
Tchotchkes.
Christ. Let her get to this fucking list.
Go ahead.
Come on.
Number 5, knitted grandma decor, itchy blankets, throw pillows, throw blankets everywhere. Number 4, crucifix, rosaries, Jesus items, religious lore, funeral cards.
Christ.
No,
everywhere.
funeral cards. All right, keep going.
All right,
Throw it
whatever.
in
Yeah.
Funeral
Number 3,
cards deserve it to mention.
All right, they are.
Number 3, butter cookie tin,
Butter cookie sewing kit.
sewing kit. Number 2, everything plastic, so furniture plastics.
Yes,
and
plastic
the
runners.
plastic runners.
And number one, the most popular, and I think there's not a grandma in this country that doesn't have it. And I don't know at what age women start hoarding hard candy, but number one is
a dish of hard candies.
There we go.
Yes.
So that's the top 10 things. This Yodel's podcast, our Yodel list, top 10 things you find in your grandma's house. Pete, you're going to stick around? We're going to do another one. Or do you have to go?
Oh, yeah?
Or do you have to go and lay around?
This might be it for good old Petey Boy. I have now I'm in my condition. That's the other thing, too. When you get hit by a car, you can use it for any excuse you need to.
So are you out on the second one?
You're on the second one?
I mean, we got to finish this one.
No, we're done.
We're done.
Right?
We're
You
done.
didn't just put a button on it?
Yeah, we're doing it now.
Yeah, it's over now.
Okay. All right, yeah.
Dude. I'm closing down.
Yeah.
This
So
was
you
the
guys wanna
wrap
do
up.
another one?
Yeah.
The wrap up is Pete. Thanks for joining us. Carlos, are you anywhere coming up?
Let's wrap it up.
I'm at Laughs Unlimited the 28th and 29th in Sacramento,
If
California.
this doesn't air, where can they find your schedule?
They can find the schedule at carloscomedy.net.
Okay, and guys, go to brettcomedy.com, B-R-E-T comedy.com for my tour schedule. Pete, I try to get us out clean. I don't know why you were confused. Maybe your fucking meds are kicking in. I don't know.
All the blood's going to your root.
But it's good to see you. We hope we can have you on the next episode. It's only been an hour and 2 minutes.
Yeah,
But-
man. I just want to plug my crutches, my Aircast,
All the docs will help me out.
just the walker for all its help. Even though I'm kind of done with the walker now, like looking back, I'm like, I appreciate all the help. But yeah, that's where I'll be. I'll be learning to walk again. So you guys want to check that out.
So tune in, and thanks for listening. And make sure you call your moms. God bless.